The question we were sent that I am answering today is, what are the racial slights and microaggressions you've seen or experienced in the workplace you wish your coworkers would just stop doing? There are too many of those to name, unfortunately. Those small bits of derision that people put out there are intersectional. I used to think that it was all because I was an awkward kid, but I started to see more of the way people treated me as being due to the color of my skin and what I looked like. I started to wonder if it's because I'm mixed race, my Hawaiian, Puerto Rican, Jewish, white background. At work, I've had colleagues who assume what race I am, and because I'm mixed, they're usually only partially right, if right at all. I found out just recently about my race being misclassified in the company's computer systems for years, uh, erasing my multiracial identity. While I used to think it was a coincidence, after working in media for more than a decade, I've repeatedly seen minority managers treat me better and give me more opportunities than when I've had white managers. And minority colleagues reach out and treat me as a human being and even a friend, while sometimes white colleagues have traditionally been a lot less likely to reach out and try to connect with me. And as an introvert, I really appreciate it when others do try to connect, since that's not always the easiest for me. I've also seen colleagues at my same level offered positions and opportunities that weren't ever made available to me and weren't even mentioned to me before I find out that they've gone to a white coworker over the years. They're often talented people, but this is part of human nature. We feel more comfortable with people who look like us, who share our experiences. And that means that those of us who don't share those traits often get left out of those personal connections that help others to get ahead. On a smaller level, I've had issues like dealing with managers that take issues with a vacation request that I make when others are given more latitude, or take that latitude without even asking. Meanwhile, those managers watch me closer than others. And that kind of thing makes it harder for us to do our jobs to the best of our ability, as we're devoting more of our brain space to protecting ourselves from our own team and being concerned about this sort of watchfulness. Ultimately, so many of the microaggressions that I've faced over the years have faded from my mind because it just hurts too much to think about them and to hold on to those. It's something I've had to accept, which is maybe the saddest part of it all. I have been lucky enough to work with some really amazing people, often people who try hard to understand others. Sometimes they failed, and sometimes I failed. I want them to keep trying, and I promise to keep trying. I try to encourage them to do so, but it also really shouldn't have to be up to people being discriminated against to work so hard to help our colleagues not hurt us. Thanks for watching. Please share your own thoughts and keep sharing your questions with us. Thanks.